Now, leading things off on June the 23rd, the New Doctors Coalition, they're going to be holding a policy summit. Gun violence is what it's all about. Gun violence is a health crisis, right? And joining us with all the details, we have Nina Agrawal. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Nina Agrawal.
Thank you for having me. Agrawal.
Agrawal. All right. Now, gun violence and the coalition, talk about it.
Sure. Well, gun violence is a public health crisis. It's killing people every day.
Mm-hmm.
It affects us more in the inner cities. And we need to do something about it. Mm-hmm. So I am a pediatrician in the Bronx, and I work with other doctors around the city, and we've created this New York Docs Coalition, and we come together to talk about various health issues that we can work on to help our community, whether that be locally, on a state, or on a national level.
Yeah.
So we're really excited about our upcoming policy summit on gun violence this Saturday, June 23rd.
What's going to happen? What are you guys going to talk? We're going to talk about gun violence, but bring it in. Bring it in.
Right. Well, what we're going to talk about is what are the solutions? We all know the problems.
Yeah.
People are dying.
We got the problem. Now we need the solution.
Right, right. And this isn't about politics. It's about policy. So what are policies? What are prevention measures that we can put into place to save lives? That's what we do as doctors. We prevent people from dying. We prevent diseases, we prevent injuries, and we need to do the same thing for gun violence. It's the same as any other injury or disease.
How did you guys come together and want to do this, prevention of gun violence?
Yeah, well, we've been working together for many years now, and I started doing work with this group when healthcare reform was being campaigned for, and we advocated for that. And when the tragedy happened at Sandy Hook, I was horrified.
Yeah.
And there's no reason 20 children should die in their elementary school. So that day I went to a vigil and I started getting active in organizing doctors to prevent gun violence.
Mm-hmm. That's wonderful. So you're doing it all throughout the 5 boroughs?
Right, we're doing it throughout the 5 boroughs, and we're inviting the other states, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut.
Yeah.
Anybody who wants to come, they're all welcome.
Yeah. So on this date, June the 23rd, Saturday, you're going to be at what location?
We're going to be at Metropolitan Hospital. We're very thankful that they've donated their space to us. It'll be from 8:30 to 12:30 in the morning. We're inviting health professionals, so whether it be physicians, medical students, public health professionals, but we're welcoming all. This is a partnership. No, but we can't do this alone.
No.
We need it's all of us in this together.
Any special speakers we should know about?
Sure, we have a great lineup of speakers. I'm really excited about the policy experts, the physicians, the public health professionals, people coming from the community. I'm especially excited about New Paul. New Paul is a high school senior who I had the fortune of hearing at the March for Our Lives in New York City. And she's a child who grew up in the city. And she has a story of gun violence, of losing her father to gun violence and growing up with a father. And that's the reality of what happens here in New York City. And as a pediatrician in the Bronx, I hear kids who hear gunshots outside their windows, family members who have died, don't feel safe getting home from school. And while the school shootings get a lot of attention, it's a problem. We need to recognize what's happening to our kids right here in the Bronx.
Yeah, yeah, and they don't talk about. Well, we talk about it in the cities, but that national news doesn't capture that as much. And there's a lot of people advocating for it too. There's the mothers of gun violence victims. They go around. They do lots of talks. So maybe you're going to get 1 or 2 of them to come in and speak.
We actually don't have mothers. It's Moms Demand Action in every town for gun safety. We do partner with them. There's so many people, so many great people involved. Our focus is on policy. What are things that we can do concretely to stop people from dying? 7 kids die every day from gun violence.
Well, what are they talking about? What can we do?
There are a lot of things we can do, and unfortunately, that doesn't get a lot of immediate attention. But so the things that we can do are the things that are supported by research and data. So as doctors, we make decisions based on what research and data tell us, not on our opinion. So the same thing for gun violence. And one big thing that people don't know about is there has been an effective ban on the Centers for Disease Control in doing research into the solutions to gun violence. And that's been in place since 1996.
Yeah.
And Congress passed what's called the Dickey Amendment that prevented the CDC from using any funds to advocate or promote gun control.
Whoa.
And
That just took place?
this is 1996.
I know that it was policy or law back then, but
Yes.
did it just stop? The funding stopped this year? Or
1996, the funding stopped.
Oh, gotcha.
So for the past 22 years, we haven't been able to study the solutions to gun violence on a large scale. And a lot of people don't know about this Dickey Amendment that the NRA got Congress to pass. And without solutions, without data, how do we know what's going to work and what doesn't work? So what we're advocating for is to repeal what's called the Dickey Amendment, lift the effective ban, and fund the CDC, just like we do for safe sleep and motor vehicle safety.
Yeah.
It's not gun control, it's gun safety. You know, just like we didn't ban cars, we put in car seats and airbags and seat belts. We make them safer. Just like you don't put a drunk driver behind a wheel, you shouldn't put a drunk person behind a gun.
That's right.
So there's something called the Extreme Risk Protection Order, which prevents people who are at risk for perpetrating of gun violence, which may have a risk factor for violence or substance abuse. So this legislation would prevent these people from having guns. We can take guns away from these people until, you know, they're at less risk for perpetrating violence.
Yeah, yeah. So what do you want the public to do about this? Can you move the public to action? Should they call their elected officials or what?
We want to partner with everybody, and we need to normalize this discussion. We need to ask about guns. So June 21st is National Ask Day, and that's where we encourage parents to ask if there's a gun where their child plays. That could be in a home, that could be on the street. Parents need to have these discussions. They want to keep their kids safe. Just like if you're sending a child to a home that is serving nuts and your child's allergic to nuts. It's about child safety. So the more we have these conversations at our dining room table, at schools, the more we can basically say we all want to keep kids safe.
You have 30 seconds to ask. I'm going to give you that camera right there. You can ask the public.
I'm asking the public to start the conversation. Gun violence is killing children, and we need to do something about it, and we can do something about it. So I want you to talk to your family members, talk to your friends, talk to your doctors, talk to anybody and everybody you know about the obstacles to preventing gun violence and the solutions.
There you go. Give them a big round of applause, everybody. Nina Agrawal, New York Doctors Coalition. Thank you so much. Where can we go for more information? Is there a website we can go to?
There is a website. It's, I don't know the
Facebook?
website offhand. There is a Facebook. You have all the information.
Okay, New York Doctors Coalition. I'm sure look up New York Doctors Coalition and find out what you guys are doing, right?
Yes,
All
yes.
right. Thank you so much, Nina.
Okay, thank you.
We have to take a quick break. Hold on. We have to take a quick break, and we'll take a look at the Bronx Open Mic event. But first, let's check out the old timers there at Yankee Stadium.